All right, so we're still getting settled into our new place, and I haven't quite got all my equipment and everything set up, but I've got a couple of videos to do. So we're going to do a short one today. We're going to do just kind of a first impression of this Cadisen watch that I picked up on Gearbest. This is the Cadisen C-5051G Tungsten Watch. Let's take a look. So when you look at this watch, the first thing you're going to notice is obviously the shape. This is not your typical round style watch. This is more of a rectangular shaped watch. It's about 30 millimeters wide and only 40 millimeters lug to lug, so very compact case. And then it has an integrated bracelet. So the bracelet is a part of the watch. You can't really change it and put something else on there. The bracelet's about 24 millimeters where it attaches to the watch case, and then it tapers down to about 18 millimeters. So it's an extremely compact watch. However, it wears very nicely because of the shape and because of the integrated bracelet. It doesn't look like a small, undersized watch at all. I think it looks great on the wrist, and I really like it. That's the main reason I picked it up. But that's not the most interesting thing about this watch. Obviously, the main selling point here is the fact that this is a tungsten watch. I believe this is actually a tungsten carbide is what they used on this, which has some interesting properties. First and foremost being that it's incredibly scratch resistant. So they combine that with a sapphire crystal, and what you get is a watch that's going to be almost impossible to scratch. A lot of stainless steel watches, the bracelet will pick up little scratches and abrasions on it very quickly, and that kind of becomes part of the character. That doesn't really happen with a tungsten watch as near as I can tell. And I actually took the extra link and tried to scratch it myself, and I was unable to, so I was kind of impressed with that. Another interesting thing is that they were able to put on tungsten carbide this kind of mirror-like finish, so it's very reflective and high polish. But again, that's not going to scratch because of that. It does pick up a lot of fingerprints, so you got to be careful of that. The other interesting thing about tungsten is that it's incredibly heavy. So even though this is the smallest watch in my collection, it's probably the heaviest. And you notice that as soon as you pick it up, it's much heavier than you would expect. And it does feel a little bit heavier on the wrist because of that. I don't think it's unreasonably heavy on the wrist, but that is something also to kind of keep in mind. This is a quartz watch, which I don't really mind, especially at the price. It's only about $30, which I think is a great deal for getting a watch with a sapphire crystal and a tungsten case. And because it's quartz, they're also able to make it very thin, which again is also great on a dress watch. The one problem that I had on this one is that the date wheel was malfunctioning on mine. It doesn't turn over at midnight, so I was kind of bummed about that. However, I contacted Gearbest. Their customer service was great in taking care of that and getting me a refund for that, so I'm happy with the way they handled it. But if you do get this watch, definitely check that as soon as you get it and make sure that that's working okay. And if not, contact Gearbest so they can take care of it. Overall, this is a really fun watch to add to your collection. I really enjoy having it, and it's got just a lot of interesting, unique features, and it's really inexpensive, a great value, something that's easy to pick up and play around with. So definitely encourage you guys to check this one out, and hope you enjoyed the first impressions of this Cadisen tungsten watch.